what I want to do is move from the largest scope of looking at the sutra to the most minute and then expand out. The legend goes, the Buddha actually spoke this sutra first after he realized Buddhahood. It was said that he explained the content of this text the second week of his enlightenment. But at the time of the assembly where he spoke it, it said that only the bodhisattvas, or those with bodhisattva inclinations, could hear him, whereas those with only inclinations and interests for self-salvation or self-enlightenment were not able to hear him lecture on the content of this text. So it's explained, actually, in the sutra itself, that there are different assemblies, 7 or 8 assemblies, depending on how you look at it, and 9 different places where the Buddha explained the sutra. These 9 places are in different realms of the Buddhist cosmology, different heavens and different locations. So it could be that he appears to be sitting under the Bodhi tree, but he manifests in these different realms simultaneously and yet at different times to be speaking the sutra. Of course, after the Buddha passed away, then it said that Manjushri Bodhisattva, the Bodhisattva of wisdom, and Ananda, who was able to memorize everything that he heard, the Buddha lecture, had compiled this sutra. It was stored in the Dragon Palace, the legend goes. Then later, Nagarjuna, an Indian monk master, he had rediscovered it in the Dragon Palace. And it said that the text in the Dragon Palace actually consists of 3 different parts. The first and the second parts were even larger than this third part. The second part, maybe 480,000, some different verses. And then the third part, 100,000 verses. Nagarjuna was able to memorize what he saw, the last part, in the Dragon Palace, and then to the earth realm, to share it with us living beings who are now able to actually see it and read it. Third part that was brought to our realm, of course, originally was in Sanskrit, and now much of it is lost in Sanskrit. There are a few chapters, the final chapter, Entering the Dharma Realm, which is a rather large chapter, also the 10 Grounds chapter, and a few others are still existent in Sanskrit, basing this off of the Chinese edition. So there are 3 different translated editions. There's the Buddhabhadras, the Shikshanandas, and Prajnas. So the version that we actually use is actually a combination of Shikshanandas and Prajnas, because Prajna actually only translated the final chapter, Entering the Dharma Realm. Entering the Dharma Realm is quite a special chapter because it actually talks about the 53 different teachers can actually be matched up with lessons that are taught in the previous chapters of the Avatamsaka Sutra. So it's kind of like the practical, the living out of the teachings of the abstract principles in the sutra itself. As you can see here, so the Buddhabhadra translation is 36,000 verses, and Shikshananda's translation is only 45,000 verses. So both are less than the said 100,000. Different attitudes that we want to maintain when we're studying this sutra, this teaching, and that this teaching is actually a royal buffet. The words are uttered by the Buddhists. The more we study it, the more difficult it is to part with it. Of course, consider how other people may enjoy this too.